Hi, welcome back students to one more session of microbial interactions. Previously, we had come across the different types of microbial interactions in detail, but I'm just briefing you so that you just recollect them. Some of the interactions had a positive effect by the interaction. They were considered to be as positive interactions, and we can see that in some reactions, in such positive interactions, the reactions were being found to be obligatory, or it was found to be a must, as in the case of mutualism, where both A and B gets benefited, and it is a must for the existence of the organism. That was a case of mutualism or symbiosis. And in the second case, we found that a interaction or a positive interaction could happen between A and B, contributing to a cooperative reaction, but it was not being found to be obligatory. That is, even in the absence of such an interaction, the organisms could survive. That was a case of cooperation. And finally, we found also a commensalistic reaction in which an interaction happens between A and B, but not with B and A. And it was a positive interaction, and it was not being found to be a obligatory one, as in the case of commensalism. In addition to this, we could also find that some negative interactions were also being found. Sometimes you could find amenzilism with A and B. A gives a negative interaction with B, or there could be certain other reactions, such as the predatory reactions, in which one serves as a predator which feeds on a prey and kills it. Okay, now the size variations do happen sometimes. It could be a small, big predator, or it could be a small predator. That's what it has been depicted in the figure. And we also have different other reactions, such as a competition, where based upon the availability of the site's resources, different people compete and some survive, or sometimes they might even coexist, as in the case of competition, which has been shown here in this particular figure. And now, today we're going to talk about parasitism, in which an organism or a parasite will thrive on a particular host and survive in it. Now, what is the specialty of this parasitism? Let's explore that. Parasite is often referred to as an uninvited guest, and here it involves the coexistence of two different organisms, at least temporarily, between the host and the parasite. The uninvited guest, which comes and stays in another person, that is referred to as the parasite. And the one which will give space for the parasite to live, or the organism on which the parasite lives, is referred to as the host. Now, this coexistence, though it is a temporary one, okay, it could be of different reasons. It could be either for the nutrient acquisition, or for a physical maintenance, or sometimes even both of these could contribute to a case of parasitism. If you go to look into the word parasite or the parasite in Greek, it refers to as one eating at another one's table. That is, rather than sharing a table, one person is not only eating in his own table, and he's going and eating from another's one's table. That's what we say it as a uninvited guest. The organism that obtains nourishment, as we mentioned earlier, is the parasite. He's the gainer, and the organism from which the nourishment is obtained is called the host or the loser. Now, the parasite, he must reside in the host for some period of time, because if it kills the host immediately upon invasion, the microbe also will not be unable to reproduce to sufficient numbers to ensure the colonization of a new host. So, if you go to look into the parasitic interactions, the parasitic interactions will exist for some period of time, and only after that they will sometimes of course, it's not necessary that often they kill the host, but they always prefer to maintain a balance between the host and the parasite. And when they reach sufficient numbers, probably they could kill the host, depending upon what type of parasite is invading the particular host. If you go to look into the parasites, you can divide them into the ectoparasites as well as the endoparasites. As the term implies, ectoparasites are those parasites which will live on the external surface of the host, and endoparasites are those which will penetrate into the host and live inside the host. Now, as I'm told here, you have ectoparasites. The examples which we have are the ticks, fleas, leeches. Okay, these are all the leeches. When you go into the forest, sometimes the leech might get attached onto your skin. It is not penetrating into your skin, it will remain attached to the surface of your skin and it will take blood from your blood vessels. So that is a ectoparasite because it is not penetrating into your body, but it is remaining external to your body. Even the human lice, which grows on your head, it is not going inside your body, it is just drinking the blood from top. So all those parasites which live external to the body or external to the host are referred to as the ectoparasites, and they could be of different types. Now, ticks are some examples. Ticks which have been found in the KFD disease or the cashew forest disease, they have been found to be associated with various animals. Okay, and fleas, these are also there. They are all examples of ectoparasites. Now, there are some parasites which can live inside the body of the host. That is, they penetrate into the body and they multiply over there. They are referred to as the endoparasites, and they will either get nutrition from the from the host, or they might get even a space for survival. Now, you have liver flukes, tapeworms. Now, tapeworms which have been found in pork and all that, you can see those tapeworms. Or you can find the malarial parasites which have been found in the humans. They will multiply within the human body, and they will cause diseases, of course, sometimes. And malarial parasites will, of course, cause malaria in us. And then they will get nutrition, or their life cycle has been completed by taking part or growing in the host. So parasites are of two types, the ectoparasites as well as the endoparasites. Now let's just look into some other examples. You can see there are fleas which have been found on the cat's skin. Okay, they suck the blood of the cat skin and cause them to itch and sometimes they could also get sick. And the fleas in turn get food as well as a warm home by associating themselves with the cats. And if you go to look into the case of caterpillars, you can find that sometimes certain white bodies, these are the wasp eggs, which will be found on the surface of the caterpillar. And the wasp, they will lay eggs on the back of the caterpillar, and when these eggs hatch, the larva will eat the caterpillar. And the common example which we come across is in the case of mosquitoes and the humans. The mosquitoes, they will come and feed on the blood of the animals, and sometimes, of course, the mosquitoes itself can transfer some of the parasites into the host. Now, malarial parasite has been transferred from the mosquito to the human host. So these are some of the types of parasites which we come across, and basically we divide them into the ectoparasites as well as the endoparasites. We'll be continuing in the next session. Thank you for now.